Welcome to the AIS Middle School and High School Virtual Strings Orchestra concert.
We were so excited to be able to play for a live audience for the first time in almost 2 years, but unfortunately that was not possible. We are still able to play together as a group, so making a video is the best option at the moment.
The 7th and 8th grade Advanced Orchestra will play 4 pieces, followed by the high school playing another 4 pieces. We will begin today's program with a bass solo called Basically Bluegrass, which is performed by Oscar.
You will then hear a compilation of 9 famous melodies in the piece called Classic Bits and Pieces.
Next is another fun fiddle tune called Simple Hoedown.
Our last piece is Clash of the Triads. You will hear famous melodies compete against each other through the different instruments, but there will only be one final melody who will win in the end.
The 4 pieces high school will play are called The Odyssey, Mantras, M to the 3rd Power, and Myth of the Golden Camel.
We hope you enjoy the show!
to congratulate students who participated in the Army Solo Ensemble Festival last year and those who successfully auditioned for the Army Honors Orchestra this year. The Solo and Ensemble Festival was a virtual event last year, and Olivia Leggett submitted a viola solo to be adjudicated. Congratulations on your medal, Olivia. Please stand up. Thank you. The following 7th and 8th grade students successfully auditioned for this year's Honors Orchestra. Please stand up as I call your name. Clara Omri, Irina Sarkarzian, Leo Brockstedt, Eric Gao, Olivia Leggett, Raphael Emery, Iskra Nishio, and Oscar Leland Baldwin. Congratulations on all your hard work. with the middle school, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate students who participated in the AMI Solo and Ensemble Festival last year, and those who successfully auditioned for the AMI Honors Orchestra this year. The Solo and Ensemble Festival was a virtual event held last year, and Asya Balashova submitted a piano solo to be adjudicated. Congratulations on your medal, Asya. The following high school students successfully auditioned for this year's Honors Orchestra. Please stand up as I call your name. Kyle Turia, Asya Balashova, Carl George Saranaki, Bree Woodruff, and Evgeny Stolyarov. Congratulations on your honor.
We have one final piece to play for you today called The Myth of the Golden Camel, written by Brian Sanguinito. Much of the music we know and love today was written by people long ago. That is not the case with this piece. Brian is a music teacher in Pennsylvania, and we had the special opportunity to video chat with him during one of our classes. This was a perfect opportunity to talk to a live composer about his compositions and composing process. He wrote The Myth of the Golden Camel in just a few days last spring, and we will surely play more of his music in the future. Thank you for watching our concert, and we hope to perform for you live next time.
Hi, my name is Brian Sanguinito, and I am the composer of The Myth of the Golden Camel. My wife and I live in Pennsylvania, where I have been a middle school orchestra teacher for 25 years, and it is my pleasure to recognize the American International School for the world premiere of this piece.
Hi. Now that you've met Brian, I will briefly tell you the story of how our collaboration began. My mother is a retired music teacher in a neighboring town in Pennsylvania. In August of this year, my parents flew to Salt Lake City for an extended visit, so my mom took with her a large red bag of sheet music. She was going to use that music to teach her students online and prepare for upcoming weddings and concerts. In the rush to get to the terminal, the big red bag of music was left on a bench in the parking garage. When it came time to check in, she realized that she did not have the bag and hoped that it was simply left in the car. There wasn't enough time to go back, so they simply went on their way. Hours passed, and Brian was just returning to the airport from another trip. As he walked to his parked car, he noticed the bag overflowing with sheet music. As a musician himself, he immediately took notice and became concerned, as this bag of music was obviously very old, very important, and very irreplaceable. Thankfully, my mom had stamped most of the music with her name, address, and phone number. He tried calling, but she was already flying through the air and still panicking about the music. Brian took the music home, found my mom on Facebook, and messaged her, but it went to that other message request folder that can easily be overlooked. By the time my parents arrived in Utah, it was late in Vienna. I did one final check on my phone before bed, and I noticed that I also had a mysterious message. Brian had written to me, wondering if I was related to this woman whose name he found on the music. At first, I thought it was some kind of bizarre ransom note, like he had something important and wanted something in return. It turns out, though, that Brian is just a great guy and knew the importance of this music and knew that it had to be saved. So upon my parents' arrival back home, they all met for lunch. It was glorious, and then they talked about how they were both music teachers and that Brian was also a composer. As they rehashed the now infamous story, and my name was brought into the conversation, it became clear that Brian and I needed to communicate about AIS playing his music. Brian sent me some selections at the start of school, and now we are performing his piece as a world premiere. It was fascinating to talk to him live with the high school class and hear more about his work and process. Thanks for your kindness and professionalism, Brian. To those watching at home, we hope you enjoy the final piece, The Myth of the Golden Camel. Thank you all for listening to our strings concert. We apologize that it could not be in person, but I hope this was suitable. I would like to thank Dr. Kathy Miner for her strong support for all the arts at AIS. To the rest of the music team, including Mary Boris, Susan Sekirchner, Kathy Heedles, Linda Roberts, and Emily Colbert. And to the PTF for providing goodie bags for all of the performing students in recognition of their hard work. And finally, thank you, AIS community, for all that you do.
Thank you, PTF!